Alright, what's going on everyone on YouTube? I'm Yes, welcome to a brand new DVD and Blu-ray update. Yeah, so I haven't done an update in a month or so. I got a pretty good stack going right now, so I figured it's the perfect time to do an update. So let's get into it. I only got 2 Blu-rays this update. It was a family video and they had their usual monthly sale of 10 for 10. So I double dipped and I bought Dark House again on Blu-ray. I have the DVD, but I figured for $1 I would upgrade it. I figured I could get at least that for the DVD sooner or later, or trade it to somebody who needs it or something like that. So got this. It was $1. It's an okay film. I'm not the biggest fan of it, to be completely honest, but it's okay. It's worth it, I suppose, for $1 to rebuy it. I got this. This was the regular Blu-ray was $3.99 because Family Video breaks up their DVDs and Blu-rays, even if they're a combo pack. So Blu-ray was $4 and the DVD was $1.50. So I got the Toxic Avenger Blu-ray. So this was $5.50. Pretty happy with that, to be completely honest. So this is the 2 discs set from Troma. Very happy to grab this and have it. Yeah, $5.50 for Toxic Avenger Blu-ray. A little more than I usually spend on anything, but I figured it was worth it. Alright, these were all $1. Got Prophecy from 1979. Yeah, I heard this one's not too bad, so curious to check it out. It's supposed to be a cool creature feature put out by Paramount. Still has the insert, very cool. So $1.50 for that. We have Red Clover. This is an After Dark original film. I sent my other copy that I had to Moods because he wanted it, and I never went back and grabbed it, so finally grabbed this again for $1. So cool. Santa's Sleigh. I actually never had a copy of this film, and finally went around and grabbed it for $1. You know, I thought I had it, but I actually didn't, so had to grab it for $1. I've actually never seen this film, but I've heard funny, cheesy things about it, so very excited to check this one out sooner or later. I got around to it, but Santa's Sleigh, released by Lionsgate. So cool, Santa's Sleigh. Next we have Varsity Blood, put out by Image. I heard this movie's actually really shitty, and it's extremely bad. But for $1, I figured I'd grab it. And sorry, I'm getting over the buck that's been going around. So we'll see. I mean, what can we lose on this one for $1? We'll see. It's Image, so don't really have too high of hopes. Next we have Willow Creek, put out by Dark Sky Films. This one has mixed reviews. I've heard you either love it or you really hate it. So, curious to check this one out. Put out by Dark Sky. It's a found footage film, so we'll see. I've heard okay things. Like I said, hit or miss. I know Moods thought it was average, so I usually respect his opinion pretty well. So. Next we have the Raid 2. I wish this was the Blu-ray, but if I ever come across the Blu-ray for, cheap, $5 or so, I'll rebuy it. Just because I have the other one on Blu-ray, and I was just saying this is a movie that you need to have on high def, because this movie's fucking awesome. It's just as good as the first movie, in my opinion. Of course, the best action film in a long while. Fucking awesome. So happy to have this. Was $1, so I needed to rebuy it for sure. And it came with the digital copy again. And the disc, so $1 for the Raid 2. I figured I'd grab it. We have Mr. Jones, put out by Anchor Bay. I grabbed this because we did this. Well, we were supposed to. I wasn't on the show that we were supposed to do this on the podcast because we did this over Memorial Day weekend, and I had something going on, so I missed that week's show. So Moods and JP talked about this, and I watched it online, and I never grabbed a physical copy of it, even though the movie's not very good. I mean, it's PG-13, so that's already a shitty thing, and it's not very good. I know I never stated my opinion on the film because I wasn't on the show or anything like that, but for $1, why not? Oh, just another thing to have on the shelf, I suppose. And it came with the slipcase, so I figured that was worth it by itself for $1. Next we have Devil's Tower. I usually never buy anything that has devil in the title, but if you look on the back, right there, it's got Mr. Mewes. So I usually buy anything that Mr. Mewes, Jason Mewes is in. Considering he's starting to become more and more in these independent horror films since he's gotten sober. So this film is actually a zombie film, if I stand corrected, and it really doesn't have anything to do with the devil too much. So we'll see. Hopefully this film has Jason talking more than he does in this film, which is not very good, to be completely honest. It's okay. It's not that good though, but we'll see. It was $1, so anything with Mewes in it, I pick up. Okay. Next we have Spectre. This is like a movie like The Bay. I think it's found footage. It's like a tsunami hits this town, and people start disappearing, and people start dying in a weird way. It doesn't really say too much about it, but it sounded okay. Found footage, so we'll see, from 2012. I think it's put out by Uncorked. I think it's more of a sci-fi film than a horror film, but we'll see. I don't have high hopes for it, but for $1, why not? And this is an IFC that I didn't have, and my friend saw it for $5 at Fry's, so he picked it up for me, and I gave him something. I traded him, or I gave him a DVD a while back because he needed it, and said, just give me something when you get it. And so he gave me this. That's The Pact. Yes, I actually didn't have this film, even though it's one of the more common IFC titles, and I didn't have it. So it's cool to have a IFC title in my collection. So thank you again, Nick, for trading this, or trading for it. Pretty cool. All right, next, these were $1.50. I just picked these up today, actually. So those were $1. These were $1.50. So let's get into it. Wonderland. This film seems really, really fucking solid, actually. I think it sounds pretty cool. From Phase 4 Films. Basically about this, I think it's like Worm a little bit, but this time it's about a drug. It says, a new experimental dream melding drug called Wonderland hits the streets, granting its users the ability to place their consciousness into the bodies of other people. Soon a serial killer begins to use the drug as a way to live and die as other people by forcing his victims to kill themselves. Detective on the case begins to unravel the killer's methods and motivations, while the latest would-be victims fight back against the powerful mind-altering drug from within their dreams. So, it probably sounded pretty cool. So, we'll see. Sounds pretty awesome. So, I'll let you guys know. I'll talk about this one on the podcast soon, because I want to watch it soon. I'll probably pop this one in today, actually. Phase 4 Films, so gotta get it. Very excited to check this one out as well. It's been one I've been waiting to pick up since, my mom's watching Dexter. Yeah, my mom's been binge watching Dexter for the past 4 days, so yeah, you heard her scream, but I guess it's what you get for living at home when you're going to school, so I guess you have to put up with that every once in a while, I suppose. So, we got Beneath. I've been wanting to check this one out for a while. Since it came out, we talked about this the first week it came out, and seems pretty cool. It's about coal miners, horror film about coal miners. seems pretty awesome. So very excited to check this one out. IFC Midnight, of course. So pretty cool. Curious to check this one out. Next we have Disaster LA. The Last Zombie Apocalypse Begins Here. It's this funny ass fucking subtitle. It's put out by Warner Brothers, who never releases anything independent anymore, horror wise. I actually heard this one's not too bad, and you know me, I'm not a zombie fan, but starting to maybe pick up some of these zombie films, even though I really don't like them, and they're not really my thing. I've talked about that before, but maybe I'll give some of these new ones a chance. And I've heard this one's actually not too bad, actually, which is surprising because you would think it'd be pretty shitty, but heard it's not too shabby, so we'll see. Yeah, I grabbed The Dead 2 also. I actually really like the first one, so we'll see. I know this one's getting hit or miss reviews also. I know Mood said it's good. It has some good cinematography, so it was worth $1.50 just for that. So we'll see if it's any better than the first film, which I don't think it's going to be, because the first one's actually really solid zombie film. We got Grave Halloween. If I stand corrected, this is a somewhat found footage film, if I stand corrected from what I've read on the back and things like that. Put out by Anchor Bay. It's like a folk tale type of a film. Anchor Bay, not very good. So it's from Canada, so that is a plus, I suppose. Yeah. I grabbed Jersey Shore Massacre. Now you're probably wondering, why the fuck did I pick this up? Well, for one thing, I have Girls Gone Dead, which is also released by the same company. And I also picked this up because it has some Stern personalities in this show. I know it has Sal Governale and Richard Christie from the Stern Show, who are, of course, famous for making their phony phone calls. So you guys know, I don't think I mentioned, I'm a huge Stern fan. I've been listening since, freshman year of high school. And it's kind of unfortunate because it's kind of gotten shitty lately in the last 2 years or so. But, he's still enjoyable to listen to whenever he's on. I think he's on like 3 days a week now, so. But it has some people from the Stern Show, so had to grab it. We'll see. It's probably not very good, but yeah. Girls Gone Dead. King Cut editions. I guess they're coming out with another cut of that film, so we'll see. Jersey Shore Massacre. So, that is everything I picked up, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/NESRuler22. You can listen to me on the 22 Shots of Moods and Horror podcast. Follow us on our new website, 22shotsofmoodsandhorror.com. It's 22 shots, A&D, moods. Wow. 22 shots of moodsandhorror.com. See, even at the end of my videos, I have a brain fart. If you guys listen to the podcast, even at the end of the show, I always say something wrong. As you guys can see, that obviously trends on my videos. It's 22 shots of moodsandhorror.com. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Stay cool, everybody. See you guys.